It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we good? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is life good? Are we okay? Hope all is well. So there's something going on with my eye. I don't know what's going on, but it's like blurry. And yeah. So this probably won't be a full hour. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how, we'll see if my eye clears up. We'll see what happens. Anyway, but we going and then not only is my eye blurry, most of the show I'm reading today, right? So there's only one video I think in the whole show today, and then yeah, one video. So one video, and I don't know. I think I slept on it. Like I think I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so we will get through, and hopefully my eye will clear up this weekend. Anyway, hope all is good in the world, in your respective worlds, and we're here. The weekend's here. Anyway, WNBA news. Caitlin Clark is out for the remainder of the WNBA season. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will miss the remainder of the 2025 WNBA season. She announced Thursday night. Clark hasn't played since July 15th due to a groin injury, and her season is now over amidst a difficult rehab process. Clark announced the news on social media, and she expressed frustration at her lack of progress. In spite of her personal setback, Clark called on the Fever to continue their playoff push without her in the lineup. Quote, I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season, Clark wrote. I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling. I want to thank everyone who had my back through all the uncertainty. This has been incredibly frustrating, but even in the bad, there is good. The way the fans continue to show up for me and for the Fever brought me so much joy and important perspective. I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs. Uh, as someone who's injured their groin 4 times because I didn't let it heal properly. Yeah, it's a nasty injury. And it makes you realize very important things, like sitting in a car, laughing. It makes you realize how much stress you put on that area when you do everyday things, like even just walking. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress on on that part of the body. So rehabbing it is definitely the smart thing to do. There's really nothing you can take that will alleviate, and the only real thing is rehab and rest. So yeah, injuring that area is terrible, and I know firsthand. And then thinking you could just take 2 weeks off and come back, yeah, your body's like ninja. That's not how this works. But anyway, I get it. Injuries suck. You feel like you're letting everybody down. And let's be clear, she's the reason why most people watch the WNBA. But and in terms of no profit, I mean, they're still not turning a profit. So I mean, they're getting there. But this whole demand for money when you're not turning a profit, and now your star player is out for the season, because I think also I don't think it was just the the groin injury. It is also the stress. Like these women don't like her, not her teammates, but the others in the league, and I'm sure that contributed. She's like, fuck it, let's just let's just take the rest of the season off. I'm done. But get well soon, Caitlin Clark. You're a reason to watch the WNBA, and yeah, you need at least 6 weeks, and then on top of the 6 weeks, you have to make sure it healed. And if you don't go back in I mean, if even if it's not healed, then you need more time to rehab. So anyway, and I remember one time I was, um, I thought it was the third time that I injured it. The third time, and I went to the doctor, and I was like, I have testicular cancer. Like you don't have testicular cancer, you fool. You need to rest. You need to stop trying to go back and be crazy and be Superman. You need to go lay your ass down, essentially. Anyway, once again, get well soon, Caitlin Clark. Injuries suck. I know. But anyway, on the other side of the WNBA, Angel Reese has been suspended. She received her eighth technical foul of the 2025 WNBA season on Wednesday night, prompting a 1 game suspension. This means that means that the second year Chicago Sky player will miss Friday's game against the Indiana Fever, which is Caitlin Clark's team, unless the league rescinds the technical, which they're not. Reese, who averages 14.7 points and league leading 12.6 rebounds per game, received the technical Wednesday for hitting Connecticut's Aaliyah Edwards in the head while going for a rebound. Listen, listen. For those who don't know or don't care about basketball, a technical foul is a penalty in basketball for non-contact rule violations or unsportsmanlike conduct assessed against players, coaches, or even the bench or fans. Common reasons for the technical foul include excessive anger with officials, taunting opponents, delay of game, or having too many players on the court. The penalty typically involves a free throw attempt from the opposing team, and in some cases, the offending individual may be ejected from the game. I think she's playing her villain role very well, and good luck on the bench tonight. And yeah, that's that. But they want more money. We want more money. Give us money. Give us money. Um, we want LeBron Jordan money. Anyway, and just really quickly, so last night was the I was excited about the NFL. So the Eagles did win the game yesterday, really quick. Um, So it's like the Cowboys reverse, because usually they play like trash up front, and then they try to catch up at the end, and then you usually fall short. But they actually played very, very well up front. They played very well. I think the first 8 drives, both teams scored, and so it wasn't until the rain, and so there was a issue. The running back fumbled, and then turned the ball over. The Cowboys turned the ball over, so now it was the Eagles' ball. But then there was a thunderstorm or something, so there was a weather delay, and the weather delay lasted an hour and 10 minutes. After an hour and 10 minutes, they had to warm up again, and then get back out there and finish the rest of the game. And needless to say, the Cowboys didn't score another point. Neither did the Eagles. So literally, this was the score from I think the first drive after halftime. So anyway, it didn't take much to fend off the Cowgirls, and then their star receiver, CD Lamb, dropped the ball 4 times at very pivotal moments. Not that y'all care about any of this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And this was a man who was bitching and moaning and bitching and moaning that he wanted the ball more. He wanted the ball more. Ball more. You're not using me. You're not using me. And now we understand why they weren't using you. Because when it really matters, you couldn't reel the ball in, and ridiculous to me. But anyway, so yeah, and tonight we have a Chiefs Chargers game. They'll be in Brazil playing, and NFL is now international. Moving on. So Zorhan Mamdami challenges President Trump to a debate. For what? I don't know, but for some reason he wants to bob and weave and deflect to to the president for some reason. And so the New York City mayoral election is not just the talk of the town, it's also apparently the talk of the White House. It's currently a 4-man race with Queens Assemblyman and Democratic nominee Zorhan Mamdami leading the polls. The other major candidates in the race are incumbent Mayor Eric Adams, who in recent polls has single-digit support. Damn. Republican Curtis Sliwa and former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is running as an independent after being defeated by Mamdami in the Democrat primary. A recent poll showed Mamdami well ahead in the mayor's race in every scenario except one, namely one-on-one with Cuomo. Excuse me. I would like to see 2 people drop out and have it be one-on-one. And I think that's a race that could be won, Mr. Trump said. President Trump said. Mamdami is a Democrat socialist. Quote, I don't like to see a communist become mayor. I will tell you that. He also said on Thursday. CBS News. New York previously reported that President Trump and the White House were exploring possible job offers to entice Adams and Sliwa to drop out, leaving just Cuomo and Mamdami in the race for Gracie Mansion. Look, I think at this point, whatever, we'll get there in a moment. Mamdami, meanwhile, challenged President Trump. I hate that these bitches who wrote this article are disrespecting the president by calling him Mr. Trump. Bitch, it's President Trump. Meanwhile, challenged President Trump to a debate in New York City. The move came after Cuomo challenged Mamdami only to several debates, and pushed for the other opponents to end their campaigns. I challenged him to 5 debates, one in every borough, where we speak about the issues in that borough, Cuomo said. Show up, tell New Yorkers who you are and what you really believe once and for all. Mamdami went a step further in his response. He said, quote, let's cut out the middleman. Why should I debate Donald Trump's puppet when I could debate Donald Trump himself? See, this is what these Marxist, communist, radical psychopaths do. Donald Trump has nothing to do with the mayoral race. Nothing. Cuomo is also not accepted and will not accept. He said he will not accept an endorsement from President Trump. So this whole he's a puppet for Donald Trump bullshit, Go ahead, New York. New York, y'all elect this man. Oh God, go ahead and elect him. Um, quote: If Trump is serious about this, he should come to New York City, and we can have as many debates as you want. About why he is cutting SNAP benefits for hungry New Yorkers just to fund tax cuts for his billionaire donors. This is bullshit and unfounded. Mr. Mondami's fear is a one-on-one race with me. Why? Oh, this is Cuomo. He says, quote, Mr. Mondami's fear is a one-on-one race with me. Why? Because the majority of New Yorkers oppose him. And the only way he wins is by splitting that vote, which is a fact, Cuomo said. And I'm telling you, the more New Yorkers find out who he is, the less support he's going to have. And that is a fact as well. Sources tell political reporter Marsha Kramer that during his trip to Florida this week, Mayor Adams met with Steve Witkoff, a New York real estate investor and close advisor to the president. A spokesman for the mayor's reelection campaign said, quote, Mayor Adams was in Florida on a personal trip. He did not carry out any campaigning or governmental related duties. Just because a number of people ask you to step down don't mean that you believe you're supposed to do. You're supposed to succumb to that. That's not what I do, Adams said. Cuomo endorsed the idea of Adams and Sliwa abandoning their campaigns, but insists he has not been in contact with President Trump or the administration. Quote, if you're not the strongest candidate, step aside. I agree, Cuomo. It makes sense that when you get to a point where you can determine who is the strongest candidate, the other candidates defer to the stronger candidate. He believes he has the best chance to win head to head against Mamdani in the general election, despite losing the Democrat primary by 13 points. Mr. Mamdani is not supported by the majority of New Yorkers, Cuomo continued. There have been 4,782 polls taken in this race. Metaphorically, every poll shows he's about 40%. Cuomo said he would never accept an endorsement from President Trump, and that has nothing to do with the administration. And this is the deflection tactic of communists, right? They'll make it about Trump because it's always going to be about Trump. It's going to be about Trump long after Trump is out of office. I'm telling you, it's going to be about Trump long after he's out of office. And so we're bored. Mondami, step up and debate, defend your positions, and stop bringing Trump into this. Defend your positions. Trump has nothing to do with this. Trump's not running for the mayor of New York City. He's the president of the United States. He's done his part. He's won his race. Now you win yours. And this is what they do. This is what AOC type people do because they've never had to fight for anything. This is a Nepo baby, number one. He's never had to work for anything. Everything has pretty much been handed to him. He can play poor, he can play like he's down with the people. But based on his wedding last month, we know that this man does not live like the average New Yorker. And sitting here advocating for food stamps for people is not loving them. That's advocating for more government control and support. And you basically want to keep the people under your thumb. It's not about leading people into prosperity when you want them to be on permanent SNAP benefits. The only people who should be on any type of permanent SNAP benefits are the disabled and the elderly. That is it. Everybody else, if you can walk to the refrigerator to get shovel some pudding down your fat ass throat, you can go get a job. Yes, Brian, I know. Fat phobic comic number one of the day. Anyway, this is going to be an interesting race. I do think Adams and Sliwa should drop out at this point. There's no path to victory for either one of them, and to stay in the race would just be sabotage for Cuomo. I think Cuomo at this point has the best shot, and just because he came up 13 points short in the Democrat primary, that's the Democrat primary. That doesn't include the independent New Yorkers. That doesn't include the Republican New Yorkers. So I think Cuomo has a shot in hell. Um, and Mamdani just gonna have to bring his A game and really explain to the people of New York how he's going to pay for all of these lofty ideas on his campaign website. And that's what he's afraid of, because he knows that he's selling you pipe dreams and he's selling you a bunch of malarkey, and that he knows that there's no chance in hell of making any of these things come true. But he's going to convince you that he can turn New York into this perfect communist utopia when New York is literally a capitalist financial epicenter for the world. You can't turn one of the largest economies in the world into a communist state. That will never work. Period. And nobody on Wall Street and no big business and no billionaires or millionaires or anybody who is well to do or have 5 cents should vote for this man. You will be a complete idiot to vote for this man. And if you're poor, it's even worse, right? Because all he wants to do is keep you in a permanent state of poverty. That's all this is a setup for. He flew his ass to Africa. He had a motorcade. He had armed security for his wedding. Why didn't he just go to City Hall and get it done? I mean, if you want to be like the people, you don't fly to Africa and have a lavish, overpriced, expensive wedding. These are things you're going to have to answer for, Mamdani. You're going to have to answer for why you get to elect when you want to take advantage of your parents' wealth. Right. The wealth that your parents have amassed, you get to go in and out of accepting what you, no. If you're gonna be a Democrat socialist, you gotta be one all the way. Right. You gotta be one all the way. You have to show and prove, you have to be the very thing you claim you're standing for. All right. But you're not. You're performative, just like the rest of them. Just like AOC. She's performative. She lives in a high-rise apartment in Washington, D.C. Right. So you could have her believe that somehow she's your homie, but she's not. She's not your homie. She's not your lover, and she's not your friend, and neither will be Mamdani. So y'all go ahead and think that government controlled supermarkets is the way to your prosperity, or having more welfare benefits is the way to prosperity, or free buses is the way to prosperity. These are stupid ideas. The MTA is already stressed out. That's the subways in New York City. The subways are already messed up as it is, right? And there are already construction projects that have been going on for decades. I'm probably sure if I go back, I will run into probably the same 5 construction projects that were going on when I left New York. I can promise you. And they've probably been expanded and extended in some stupid way. I'm pretty sure on the weekends, a trip that would normally take 45 minutes will now take 3 hours. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure that is still going on. So this lofty dream that somehow you're going to have the government subsidize buses so they can be free for broke motherfuckers is not going to work. It's not going to work. And so the solution is to actually get the job done. Right. Stop giving permits out to people who are just basically milking it at this point. They're milking these contracts at this point. You can clearly see it, right? Meanwhile, the subway fares keep going up and the quality of life does not get better. So when New Yorkers have to start calling this out, New Yorkers have to start voting smarter, New Yorkers have to start doing more research, New Yorkers have to stop bitching and get active. Yeah, get active. Stop electing the same people. You had de Blasio and you thought Adams was the solution? No. Why? What in your mind said, let's vote for Eric Adams after we've had Bill de Blasio? The man who shut your city down, the man who offered you French fries and not gift cards to Whole Foods, but he offered you French fries to get a experimental drug that we're about to talk about in a moment. That's the man you're caping for. That's your homie. I think not. Anyway, moving on. We will be right back. ladies and gentlemen, this is what we voted for. This is what we voted for. People with balls, with chutzpah, right? People with the gall to go in and make difficult decisions. And this is what RFK Jr. is doing. I really believe that his father is. Hold on, I had a picture. Hold on, let me see if I can get it right quick. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Oh, is it not here? That sucks. Oh, here it is. Dun, 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 dun. No, just one. Oh yeah. So that's him and his dad. So I really think Robert F. Kennedy Sr. would be very proud of his son today, because this is the system that has gotten out of control. This is the system where everyone is bought and sold. This is the system where people don't care about the average citizen. They don't care about us. It's not about us anymore. Right? All right. This is what we're talking about. All right. And so when you have these performative, ridiculous Senate hearings, where basically this was a place for a show for Democrats to yell and scream and berate RFK Jr. That's all this was about. This wasn't about solutions. This wasn't about a conversation. This wasn't about being genuine. This was about being performative, getting your viral moments, and being able to post to your socials and say, "Hey, yeah, I went off on him." But this exchange with Elizabeth Warren was very interesting. Not only because he accused her of taking almost $1 million from pharmaceutical companies, but because you can clearly see that she's not being genuine. You can clearly see that this has nothing to do with the people and everything to do with keeping Democrats in power. So we're going to unpack the video, and here we go. Let's roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So last November, while you were under consideration to become Secretary of Health and Human Services, Mr. Kennedy, you said, quote, "If vaccines are working for somebody, I'm not going to take them away." No exceptions, no ifs, ands, or buts. You would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. Then last week, you announced that the COVID-19 vaccine is no longer approved for healthy people under the age of 65. In announcing the change, you said the vaccine will be available for anyone who wants it. Now, obviously, both things cannot be true at the same moment. So let's clear this up right now, Secretary Kennedy. Will you tell America that all adults and all children over 6 months of age are eligible to get a COVID booster at their local pharmacy today?
Anybody can get the booster.
I'm sorry?
Anybody can get it, Senator.
Anybody. So you're saying that is now the official rule of HHS. Anybody is eligible to get a booster by just walking into the pharmacy.
It's not recommended for healthy people.
No. If you don't recommend, then the consequence of that in many states is that you can't walk into a pharmacy and get one. It means insurance companies don't have to cover the $200 or so cost. As Senator Dr. Cassidy said, you are effectively denying people vaccines.
We're not going to recommend a product for which there's no clinical data for that indication.
Boom. There you have it. These are the same people putting all types of dyes and indigestible sugars into our food, and God knows what else, and pesticides and flammable things, and we're supposed to trust you. At this point, we're supposed to trust you when we're in an autism, basically if not already at an autism epidemic. Like I said yesterday, kids are allergic to everything these days. I mean, damn. There's an allergy for every damn thing. And you don't want to link that back to anything that might be put into their bodies before they even know what the hell it is? Hell, their parents don't even know what it is. But that's it right there. It's an experimental drug with no research behind it, no weight. There's no weight behind this drug. So yeah, why would I recommend it?
Is that what I should be doing?
What you should be doing is honoring your promise that you made when you were looking to get confirmed in this job.
You're going like this.
And that is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
You fucking with her money. I'll just say it straight up. You messing with her money. And she took enough money from these pharmaceutical companies that now she has to get up here and yell and scream and get the dummies who support her to go, yeah, RFK doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
The question is everyone who wants it. That was your promise.
No, I didn't. I never promised.
This is a stupid argument. This is so dumb. This is so dumb.
That I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said...
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you...
Boom. And of course, she's not going to address that. She'll never address that.
Hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that, because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator Kennedy,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
you want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data?
Senator,
is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy.
Yes, that's what she wants, because it's not about protecting the people. This is about her bottom line. This is about protecting Big Pharma. Yeah, that's what this is about.
You said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not taking them away. Everybody can get.
And he's literally, if your dumb ass wants to go down to your CVS and get jabbed with a poison that has no clinical trials behind it, go the fuck on and do it. No one's stopping you. Go do it. So this filibustering and using her 5 minutes to rant and rave and be accusatory and call him all these things and what he promised and what he didn't promise, you can still go get the vaccine if you want it. It's called choice.
Access to them.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they
Now this is the scare tactics right here. This is the scare.
Could last month and get access.
Yes, because the people are lining up to get boosters now. After you lied to them, shut them down, shut their lives down, they're lining up to go get booster shots now.
Depends on the it depends on the states.
A year ago,
but they can still get it. Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it, Senator.
So look, let's move on. You clearly are taking away vaccines. I've seen the list for what's coming up next. And that is the agenda for the next CDC vaccine panel. And first up is ratifying your COVID actions. Second is hepatitis B is on the agenda. So should Americans expect you to take away hepatitis vaccine access as well, even though you promised not to?
As I said, I'm not taking vaccines away from anybody.
Okay, same answer, right? You're just going to deny that when people can't get access.
That's not a denial. That's answering the question, you fucking twit. See, this is why I can't be in a Senate confirmation hearing, because I'll be taken out in handcuffs. You fucking twit. I said it's not happening. That's not a denial. That's giving you the answer to your fucking question. What do you want, a speech? I'm sorry, I don't have a filibuster speech on how to say, bitch, nothing's changing.
That you're not taking it away. Then let me ask you, is that the same game you're going to play with me?
You want me to recommend every product?
Yes, now let's go over, measles, mumps, chicken pox, malaria.
In the world.
No,
so that without any clinical trial data.
Through on your promises.
Yeah, my promise was to give.
A month ago, we could get COVID vaccines by just walking.
You can still get COVID vaccines, Senator.
You are taking that away.
No, you are still.
I'm pretty sure if I went down to the CVS right now and I said I wanted to get this poison, they would give it to me for free.
You can still get the COVID vaccines, and Medicare will still pay for them, and Medicaid will still pay for them.
Tell the head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign?
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her.
Is this bitch serious? Is she serious right now? Do you think I mean, she's like 500 years old, but if say she gave birth tomorrow, do you think her child would get all of that shit on that vaccine schedule? No, absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. But yeah, you should put it in your child's body. Just came into the world, no problems, perfectly healthy. But let's put all this shit in their bodies. And then we wonder why the motherfucker can't talk when he turns 5. Then we wonder why the motherfucker's allergic to peanuts. He's allergic to fucking lettuce. It's all related back, and I'm telling you, intuitively, I'm telling you, it is all related back to these fucking vaccines. I wish I had to hold on. Let me look up right quick. We got time. Childhood vaccine schedule 1980 versus now. All right, so in 1980 you had 4 in 2025, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 10. Then you have 10, and then you have to get 4 doses of the influenza. You have to get 5 doses of the tetanus. I can't pronounce all these other words. I don't even know how to pronounce these words, but I'm putting them in my child's body. Then I'm going to have 3 doses. This is for girls only, for the human papilloma virus. Because of course, when you're a healthy girl coming into the world, you have to worry about HPV. And then you got to get 13 doses of pneumonia, pneumococcal conjugate. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So your child comes into the world in 2025. And you're looking at what people dealt with in 1980 versus today, and you're telling me, and this is the 10 schedule. So if you put 10, it's 10 on its surface. Then it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It's over 30 something jabs because they need multiple doses of some of these. You've got to be kidding me right now. This bitch has got to be kidding me right now. Are you serious? So we go from 4 to 10, most of which require multiple doses. And you want to tell me it's not about Big Pharma? It's about what then? What the hell is it about then, Senator Warren? Oh, okay, we'll move on.
Are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator?
No.
So I'm sorry, but this is not what she has said publicly.
Oh, yeah, because what she said publicly is the truth.
She has said
I'm not surprised about that.
So you're saying she's lying?
Yeah, the bitch is lying. I said it.
Yes. Every conversation
First of all, I'm RFK, bitch. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. Yeah, she lied. You think I'm going to be well, the quantifications of the blah, blah, blah. No, she lied.
Had with her. There
and
were
let me get
witnesses.
this straight. This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable. And you had full confidence in her, and that you had full confidence in her scientific credentials. And in a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, you should ask her what changed. And by the way,
oh, yeah, because nothing can change in a month. there aren't conversations you could have over those 4 weeks that could change your idea of someone. Like no, 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 no. It's consistent, perfect.
Ago, you were voting against her. Oh, because you thought she was either incompetent, ineligible, or unsuited to the task.
I voted
Now I
against her
agree
because
with
I
you.
was afraid she was going to bend the knee to you and Donald Trump.
Oh God. I've already said bitch too many times, so I'm trying to think of another word.
And it looks like she didn't bend the knee, so you fired her. Look, you are putting America's babies' health at risk.
Wait a minute, hold on. He is putting America's baby's health at risk because he won't sit here and co-sign 10 doses, 10 different items on the schedule. One of which has 13 doses. One has 5 doses, 4 doses, 2 doses, 2 doses, 4 doses, 3 doses, 3 doses, and 1 dose. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And it's funny that the polio schedule in 1980 was 3 doses. It's 4 today. Um, measles, the MNR is the same, and smallpox. Where's smallpox on the list here? I don't see it. It's not here. That's interesting. Maybe it was collapsed into one of these other ones. I don't know. Anyway, we need to defer back because obviously this shit that I'm reading right now and before me is what's contributing to the problems in the children today. What else could it be? What else could it be? Pat. You could spell the rest out. You can use your imagination for everybody else watching the replay. Um, this is BS. This is a circus. hmm This whole hearing was a circus. I mean, I want to talk with this picture. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. This whole hearing was a circus. These Senate hearings should just be canceled. There should be no more. It was nothing more than smoke and mirrors and political theater. And see, these Democrats love to get on camera and claim they're against big corporations. They'll scream, "We don't trust big pharma. We don't trust the system. Don't support billionaires. We need to tax the rich." All of that cute stuff. But it's actually time to step up and challenge big pharma. Hmm. All of a sudden, Democrats are, oh, we don't understand. We don't get it. Suddenly they fall short. Suddenly they go silent. Why? Because big pharma is in their pockets. I don't even need to go to the FEC website to know that the reason they're spinning all this nonsense is because those campaign checks are rolling in. These politicians are talkers, but they'll never do anything about the problem. I mean, look at violence, look at homelessness, look at all of these things going on in predominantly Democrat cities. It's not about solution, it's about money. Homelessness is a business. Division is a business. Violence is a business. All right, right. Fewer gunshot victims, fewer people, you can't build a hospital. So now you need to go get more people shot up. It's all a system. It's all a plan. These people want you in violent war zones, being moving targets every damn day of your life. And instead of talking about real solutions, what do? They filibuster, they point the finger, they accuse RFK Jr. of trying to keep people from getting vaccinated, which is a straight up lie. That man ain't out here saying you can't take the shot. He's saying slow down. Do the damn research. Make it optional. But here we go with Democrats. They flip it into, quote, he's anti science, he's anti health. Nah, what he really is anti bullshit. Let's be clear. There really ain't no issue here. It's all political. It's all about keeping you sick, keeping you hooked, and keeping your wallet drained. Every time you need something as basic as an antibiotic, you're getting robbed. That is about making us slaves to a healthcare system that doesn't care about health, it cares about profit. Now let's talk facts. RFK Jr. fired all 17 members of the CDC's vaccine advisory panel because he said it needed new leadership. That's not reckless, that's necessary, because the same people who are supposed to be, quote, protecting us are the same people cashing big pharma checks. It's called a conflict of interest, people. Y'all know what that is. Y'all only seem to know what that is when a Republican. Anyway, meanwhile, Democrat led states are falling in line with big pharma protocols, while Republican led states are saying, yeah, we should give the choice back to the people. Florida is the first to step up and end mandatory school vaccinations. That's putting power back in the hands of the parents, the people. That's what you call freedom. So, how the hell is RFK Jr. the bad guy here? He's trying to balance the system to make sure health policy is about the people, not the profit. But you got people like Senator Elizabeth Warren up there not asking questions, not looking for real answers, just performing. She wasn't there to get a genuine debate. She was there to perform. She was there to degrade RFK Jr. for clout, to rack up social media points, and most importantly, money to fundraise for her 2028 dreams, whether it's to be senator again or to try to run for president again. That's what these hearings are now, performative clown shows, not about science, not about truth, not about progress, just about who can go viral, who can get the next donation, who can make their base cheer for 30 seconds on Twitter. And quite frankly, I am bored of it all. Because if it was really about science, half the garbage they let in our food wouldn't even be legal. If it was about science, we wouldn't be handing out experimental shots like they're free candy at Costco's. If it was about science, they wouldn't have told us to stand 6 feet apart, wear a mask while running on a damn treadmill, walk one way down a grocery aisle. Y'all remember those damn arrows in the grocery? Or sit at home during curfews while Target stayed open. None of that was about science. COVID was the test to see how much of your power you were willing to hand over to them. And the answer for too many Americans, too damn much. They told you don't go to church, but go wait in line at Walmart. That's not science, that's control. Now, here we are in 2025, and public health ain't about health, it's about politics. Remember when progressives used to side eye Big Pharma? When they used to question the system? It wasn't that long ago. Now they're riding shotgun. Now Big Pharma is the homie. So let me wrap this up with this. RFK Jr. is not the problem here. The problem is a corrupt system full of bought and paid for politicians who would rather protect their donors than protect their people. Democrats can keep performing, keep lying, keep spinning, but the truth is clear as day. This ain't about vaccines, it ain't about science. It's about power. control, and profit. And the only way to fix it, get the money out of Congress, get the lobbyists out of these congressional reps and senators' pockets, end the corruption. Stop pretending that these hearings are for us. Because yesterday, once again, y'all literally proved that they are not. This isn't about the people. It's about control. It's about power. It's about Democrats' power. The only time it's funny how my body, my choice only relates to the unborn, and the unborn who doesn't have a choice or a say in whether they get killed or not. Yeah, that's not my body, my choice. You brought somebody into the world, now raise them. That's it. Full stop. But you can't have autonomy over your body when it comes to vaccines. No, no, no. We got to mandate that. We got to tell you what to do. You know, we have to go from a 1980s get 4 shots to a mandatory 2025 10. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. And it's up to the people to stand up to these folks. But you have these, I just don't get these idiots who think Elizabeth Warren was right. I don't get it. Y'all want to go back to business as usual. Hold on. You know, here's another thing. Let me look this up. Bad things approved by by the FDA. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hold on. Load. Is this it? Major loophole. Oh, okay, cool. So here's some of the poison that's this is literally approved by the FDA. So I'll just read this. I don't know what it says. The Food and Drug Administration recently reiterated its official disapproval of non-pharmaceutical use of CBD and intoxicating cannabis compounds with significant therapeutic attributes. I don't care about that. CDC's precautionary overreach with respect to the CBD's contrast. Wait, how are we even the CBDs? Anyway, high fructose corn syrup. In February 2012, Nature published an article, The Toxic Truth About Sugar, which discussed several substantial concerns about the adverse health effects of sweeteners, additives, including sugar's lack of nutritional value, as well as its pernicious role as a factor responsible for metabolic diseases and toxic effects on the liver. Sugar's high abuse potential, it's associated with cognitive decline, and its potential link to cancer were also cited. Nitrates, commonly used as preservatives or color enhancing agents for processing meats, cheese, and fish. Nitrates were amongst the first foods exempt from the Food Additive Amendment. Oh, thank you so much, RFK Jr. Oh, okay. But let's just keep feeding you this, even though we know it's killing you. Artificial colorings. Another group of harmful additives is camouflaged by the umbrella term artificial colorings. You can find artificial coloring in just about every processed food product, from candy to sodas, juice, and even pickles. They put artificial colors in pickles? What the fuck? What the- Oh, geez. UCLA all approved food dyes raise health concerns of varying degrees. Specifically, they noted that red 3 causes cancer in animals, and there's evidence that several other dyes also do the same. 3 dyes, red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6, have been found to be contaminated with benzidine and other carcinogens. Wow. I think that's like the diet sodas, right? I think that's what that is. Anyway, At least 4 dyes, blue 40, blue 1, red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6, cause hypersensitivity reactions. Artificial colorings. Wow. Artificial flavorings is an umbrella term that encompasses 700 different synthetic chemicals, many of which are harmful to consume, but according to the FDA's Code of Regulations, Title 21, processed food manufacturers aren't even required to identify them on their product labels. But these are the people. These are the people. We're supposed to say, yeah, you have my best interest in mind. You have my best interest. Put all this stuff in the food and vegetables included. So even if you're a vegan, you're still not exempt. You can still get all the same cancers because you don't know what the hell they sprayed that vegetable with. But no, 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 no. This is the plan to keep you sick. There is nothing healthy about diet sodas spiked with aspartame and other FDA approved artificial sweeteners. An additive found in many processed food products, aspartame has specifically been linked to cancer. So you probably have the high fructose corn syrup or have the aspartame. You're between a rock and a hard place, right? Or you could just have no fun and drink water. And even that's killing you because they've found a way to put it in plastic bottles. And of course, that's safe. A 2013 study with Austrian scientists found that the consumption of aspartame increased the risk of developing non-Hodgkin's lymphomas and multiple melanoma in men. Sure. Sodium benzoate is widely used as a flavor enhancer, preservative, and color agent. Found most in carbonated beverages like soda, it has been linked to the risk of hyperactivity in kids. So, yeah, when your kids are bouncing around and they can't control themselves, it's not just because they're young, because they're drugged. Researchers have found that sodium benzoate when combined with vitamin C, can convert to benzene, a compound associated with cancer development. The FDA's website even states benzene is a carcinogen that can cause cancer in humans, but we're not going to stop you from putting it in the people's food. Jesus. Wow. So there you have it, people. Trust the Democrats. They have your best interest in mind. Trust the Democrats. Just go take the vaccines and ask no questions, even though you can't pronounce half the shit on this list. But yeah, just trust the process. We have your best interest in mind. We love you, people. We love you. Anyway, that's our show for today. I appreciate y'all. I actually did a whole hour. I'm proud of myself. I thought it was gonna be like 30 minutes and get the hell out of here. But hope y'all have a great weekend. We will catch you on Monday for Monday is this show, and then Monday is also the rant experience at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully you will tune in for that as well. Have a great, awesome weekend. I'll probably be dropping some clips from the shows this week over the weekend. So please make sure to drop back into the channel and support them. I may or may not do another video that will drop that will be original. I don't know. It depends on my eyes and how I feel. But anyway, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And that's all I got. Oh, if you would like to support the channel, you can go to our merch store, AJ's Rant Room. Wait, which way am I pointing? That way, AJsRANTroom.com. That's AJsRANTroom.com if you would like to support the channel. Anyway, have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.